I saw your face just with my peripheral vision. Saw it in a place where it's not supposed to be, but you wouldn't listen. Looks like a tank. Turn it into a square, barely recognizable. You say it isn't fair, but I don't know. I have a theory of everything. There's always new nature. Make theories of everything. Theories of everything. Theories of everything. This is just a phase. I don't have a mission. For all I know, tomorrow I could collapse. So just in case I leave you my theory of everything. 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 Theory of There's always new nature. Make theories of everything. Theories of everything. Theories of everything. There's always new
Hey everybody, what's up? Smash that like button. Welcome back. I just saw some of you about half an hour ago for a foodie stream. Now we are doing a Peetz stream. So we shall see what's gonna happen. We're gonna start from the beginning. Live with a whiny cat is the name of the stream. Okay, we gotta share my screen. Welcome everybody. Smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get this party started. All right, so let's go do intros right after. Hey, Arinte, what's up? We got Mary, Timberlake, what's up? Lindsay, Daddy Kevin, mukbangs are awesome. Marie F, Edna, Jack T, Shiara. Welcome back, everybody. Edna online. Yeah. Welcome back. Hey, Lindsay, Mary F again. All right, so let's go. Thanks for listening. If you just listen, I appreciate that. And let's see what Peetz is up to. We'll get as far into this as possible. Oh, sorry to hear about your scratched eyeball, gal Charlotte. Positive vibes. So let's go. Hey, Q, welcome back.
Hey, Rebecca. See, she's here. Hey, Trolling. Hey, Barney. Hey, Atman. Jenna. Kelly. Bunny Star. Bree. More cat food? Yeah, I've got cat food, Rebecca. I'm good on cat food for now. Bye.
Don't I say Timberlake? Monty, it is Timberlake like Kimberley? Yeah. Timberlake. Timberlee. Okay. Instead of Timberlake, it's Timberlee. Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, Shakespeare.
All right.
Hey,
I will
Loretta.
do that. Timberlee. Welcome.
No, she's still wandering around, but hey, Perry. You had treats. You've had dinner. You've had treats. What the hell do you?
I know.
Hey, Miss
Maybe.
Robinson. Hey, close the door. Hey, Down Under. Josie. Strawberry. Kells.
Is something wrong with BBJ? Is that it?
Litterbox. No, Litterbox is fine, Rebecca.
Right? Is she
Hey,
hungry?
Cindy. Hey, Anunnaki. Yeah, I've been keeping it scooped, and I gave it a thorough clean. I gave it a thorough cleaning a few days ago, just a couple days ago. Like, washed it out, emptied it, washed it, refilled it. So and I've been keeping it scooped. So the litter box is fine, Rebecca.
Right? I do hate how you held her
Hey,
just
Cat
right
Voice.
there.
Hey, Spider Rico. Hey, Kristen. I pet my cat, and it was fine, but I pet her body versus her head, and I got the hisses and the scratches. Hey, Beagle. Cooking? Nah. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Belly. I made myself some nuggies. I just threw some nuggies in the oven.
Ooh, some
Hey, Anonymous.
nuggies, huh? Nice.
Next cooking stream?
Well, that's good.
I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Hey, Lime.
Thank you,
Pops.
Lindsay.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Killface. How big of a donation would it take to have you write, produce, and rap on a rap song?
What?
Yeah, that's not happening. Close the door. I am extremely white. That's not happening.
Okay, as he does motion
The
in.
Thanksgiving turkey? No. Hey, Barbara. Yeah. Barney, I just threw some nuggies in the oven.
Thank you, Shara.
And some fries.
So tonight was nuggies and fries. Maybe you'll cook tomorrow. But don't hold your
You've got
breath.
no flow. Damn right, Perry. I got no flow. May I have fries? No.
He calls them nuggies.
Nutrition. Nutrition is overrated. Nuggets, not Nikes. Yeah. No, I didn't eat shoes for dinner now. What would my stripper name be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
For $1
would
million?
his stripper name would be Pepperoni, as you know, pizza. Get it? Pepperoni.
Even for $1 million, I don't think I would do it.
Or you say it real sexy, like my stripper name's Pepperoni. Pepperoni.
Yeah, go in your house. Go sleep in your house. Or come back over here. Whichever.
Or sausage. Yeah, it could be sausage, I guess.
Still in shock about Twitch. I have DJ Twitch, some rapper, yeah. I saw RIP Twitch trending on Twitter. Like what? Something happened on Twitch, and then it turned out it was a guy.
Rest in peace, Twitch boss. Very unfortunate. We lost the Green Ranger. Now we're losing Twitch boss. Hey, Grandma Smurf.
I'm not getting you more treats right now, okay? You had treats not long ago. Door open is creepy. Sorry, misunderstood. Oh.
All right, how was everybody's day? It's a Wednesday hump day.
Actually, I didn't see a question, Barbara. Oh, Barney.
We have 2.5 more
Oh,
weeks until the
Janet,
year's
I don't know.
over.
I don't know if she did cocaine with Shannon or not. And Janet, quick trip to the other room? No. Hey, yes, sir. Hey, Wave. Like someone's going to run into the room. Wouldn't mind if someone ran out of the room.
For a guy who's had a cat practically for most of his life, actually no, he's had cats all of his life, because I remember saying that he grew up around cats. Then he had Timbit for decades. For a guy who's been around cats for so long, you would think he would kind of say maybe something is wrong with Casey, aka Jewel, aka BBJ, and maybe do something about it. Because if you have a cat that keeps coming around you and meowing, and you know that they're fed, so maybe you should start checking off stuff like, is this cat fed? Is there fresh water? Have they, used the litter box in a while? Like, start checking off to see what's up with the cat. Maybe hold the cat, maybe check the cat.
Shadowy man at the end of the hall.
Do something. I'd be checking my
I
cat.
think that might be. Yeah, I think that's one of Chantel's ring lights. One of Chantel's ring lights. Ever
You
tried
would
drugs?
think.
I tried marijuana and I didn't inhale properly. So yeah, like the Babadook. Yeah, so like I tried weed like twice. So yeah, I tried weed twice and didn't inhale properly. So I decided that when I fail at breathing, it's not for me.
His first thought is
Like
getting them treats, right?
I fucked up breathing. So would I do LSD? Nah, I don't think so. Sir, I think Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Just a general piece of shit.
Pete's saying everything twice.
Hey, Leo Queen.
He does repeat himself
Hey,
a lot.
VAC. Mushrooms? Nah. I don't really want to do drugs. Hey, Happy Sky.
What?
Bath salts.
Okay,
Hey,
Pete.
Marion.
Well, actually, technically, Pete's kind of
Give me a second. My nose feels stuffed up.
Pete's kind of had secondhand inhalation multiple times because of Foodie Beauty
See if I can clear my nose out of it.
and her smoking, if I can call it smoking.
No, kitty. Back in a minute. Back in a moment. No. All right. Nose is cleared. Hey, out west. Should trans children have rights? Yes.
Pete's design
Protect trans
Yep.
youth. Do I want a girlfriend? I'm open to it, but it's not a high priority for me at the moment. Hey, Lila. Yourself a nice girlfriend that you can move in with? Nah. Girlfriends are a lot of work.
Mm-hmm. I think he does want a girlfriend, though.
Move to the States? Hell no. There's no way I am moving to the States. I am not giving up single-payer healthcare. Not giving up single-payer healthcare, and you can't make me.
Well, of course. What is a high priority?
Girlfriend is a lot of work. I mean, even the right girlfriend, you got to put in some work.
What does that mean?
Why would a Canadian want to move to the U.S.? Exactly.
Any relationship is work.
I'm not even on welfare. Close the door.
Any relationship is a lot of work. What is he talking
What do
about?
I think of the UK? Got some serious issues going on right now. VAC, thank you for the super chat, VAC. Thank you for the $10. How would I solve the homeless issue? Give them homes. Watch any good anime lately? No. I dye my beard gray? No. But yeah, as far as like the homeless issue, give them homes. Guess what? It works.
Exactly, Lindsay.
It's been proven to work. Hey, Michelle. Every time it's been tried, it's actually worked. It's actually worked. It's cheaper than the other solutions that governments come up with to try to punish homeless people. It is, Angela. It actually literally is that simple.
So he says. Let me check that.
No, they won't. Not in the States, too many people. Yeah, in the States. What do I think of the Middle East? Also got a lot of problems. There's a lot of stuff in the Middle East that I don't disagree with. Most homeless are homeless by choice. Not really. But now, here's the thing. Study after study after study has shown that the most cost-effective way to deal with homelessness is actually
the most
to give people homes.
All right, let me check.
Yeah, let me in. Big brain.
Yeah, he's right. As per McGill.ca, which is a very prestigious university in Canada, I think McGill is one of the top 10 universities in Canada. It says, yeah, the best and most cost-effective way to help people struggling with homelessness is to give them homes.
Hey, Perry. See the new Avatar? No. I don't give a shit about Avatar. Yeah, it's been like every time it gets tried, it works.
The first
it makes
weekend
it
of the
possible for those people to turn their lives around, for them to get jobs and become productive members of society again.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it doesn't, it's still cheaper than the alternatives. Everybody better get homes for free. Sure, why not? I'm not gonna object to that, Happy Spells.
He's assuming they want a job.
Who pays for the houses?
It is.
The same people who pay for anti-homeless the anti-homeless measures. The same people who pay for things like
say, what's up?
Benches being redesigned so you can't sleep on them. The same people who pay for spikes under underpasses so homeless people can't sleep there.
Mm-hmm.
The same people who pay for homeless shelters. The same people who pay for prisons.
Yep. Taxpayers. In the States, McGill has a good reputation. Yeah, I was hearing that, a fish. That McGill, McMaster, University of British Columbia, University of Toronto, Western, Queens.
South Korea for vacation?
California gives apartments. Well, there you go. California is BC is like California. They're like usually the first to try a lot of things. And then if it works, what they do is other states or provinces will adopt what works.
Craig, which would you rather? Would you rather your taxes go towards just giving homeless people homes, or would you rather your taxes go towards keeping those people in prison? Because that's like New York. That's what's happening in New York right now. Right
Let me check.
now, Mayor Adams in New York wants to actually throw all the homeless people in prison. Is that like, do you feel like that's a better use of your tax money? How much communist theory have I ever read? Very little, let me in. I've read very little communist theory.
All right, it seems it's happening in the
To get more
UK
money as we please.
and in Boston. It seems
I
these.
honestly wouldn't necessarily be opposed to a setup where people can choose what their tax money gets spent on. And like, I think that that's like, at the very least,
You know what'd be nice if he actually contributed by working. That would be make this an even more proper conversation. But the Boston Globe reported in 2019, January 7th, that anti-homeless spikes under Arlington Bridge were removed after criticism. So it does happen and is happening in the states where there are places, states that do have these spikes under underpasses. Yeah, I think he should
at the
vote
very
for
least,
it.
like, have, hey, Garrett, some sort of fairly regular Habitat for Humanity. Yep. I don't know, maybe like
Fences are put
have
up. Mm-hmm.
rat taxes are spent on is complete BS. Like, for example, like one idea might be like when people file their taxes, include like have like an optional form, have like an optional thing on tax forms where people can sort of rate how they prioritize certain things.
What?
You know, make it so that they can prioritize, like where they can rank whether, you know.
Wait a second. Well, we already have those, Pete's. We have lots of those measures where people give their opinions, people call, people write, people go to city council meetings. People do that all the time already, Pete's. It's just that you don't do it. That's the problem. Probably doesn't even know about these. Hey, Victoria H.
Education, police, fire, military, this, that. Like have it like an optional thing where they can not even necessarily as like not even necessarily as like a binding agreement. Like not even necessarily as like this is what people, you know, you rank your priorities and this is what your money will go to, but as like almost like a poll. You don't do
Okay.
it as like a poll.
Pete's has a lot of suggestions for taxpayers. He does. He has a huge amount of suggestions for
Who will be able to utilize
taxpayers.
abandoned buildings for low cost living. I'm not politically inclined enough to understand the how of it. Hey, J. Dot. Hey, Melanie.
I can imagine Pete's paying taxes, yes.
Close the door. I mean, it would be interesting to see how people would prioritize things.
We already have measures like that, Pete's.
Human beings aren't illegal, yeah, undocumented, yes. Less crooks in our government. Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is that
Oh, here we go. Political
you need money to run for office.
Peetz. Yeah, what are his
Any numbers now?
priorities?
I think I was at like 440 last I checked. 440 last time I checked. Let me double check again. Yeah, 440. Listed at 440 members right now. Solve world hunger by eating the healthy humans that died. The thing is, war. Hunger is not actually caused by a lack of resources. Why did Canada legalize suicide?
Welcome, everybody. If you're just coming in, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it.
And because people really shouldn't be thrown in prison for attempting suicide. Hey, Dara. Thoughts on defunding the police? Yep. Defund them. Abolish the police. Because the thing is, the police are an inherently crooked institution.
Did you hear that? And who's the first person to call the police when he had issues with Nader? Or was like, oh, I'm just going to call the police? It was Peetz.
Caused by a lack of resources.
It was Peetz. Peetz was the first
legalize suicide?
to be calling the police if anything happens.
And because people really shouldn't be thrown in prison for attempting suicide. Hey, Dara. Thoughts on defunding the police? Yep. Defund them. Abolish the police. Because the thing is, the police are an inherently crooked institution. There's no reform. You can't just change the policies to make the police work. If we defund police, then who will stop robbery, theft? So thing is, Lime, police don't actually stop a lot of crimes. Police are not actually terribly effective at crime prevention. Yes, well, police forces.
That's what
police forces in police forces are inherently corrupt system.
Can I say one thing? You know what New York City did when it was overrun with crime back in the day? They put police officers on every block, and that actually helped with reducing crime rates, having an abundance of police presence. Not saying it will work in every city or all the time, but I'm just saying. If you have a cop patrolling your neighborhood, what are the rates of crime? Are the rates of crime going down? Yeah, effectively, yes, because people are seeing that cops are actively patrolling the neighborhood. Families should prevent crime. Exactly. Is not only the cops' duty to, for crime prevention, it also starts with us.
Crime is going up in my city like crazy the past few years. We have tons of cops, and they all have the best cars, no equipment. And police are effectively a set of gangs. Police are essentially a global gang. A few towns over for me, the cops had a party for kids.
Facts, monsters.
Space limits. Then bolted in red. It said no exceptions. Mom died 15 years ago.
I really can't stand that he's now saying that saying all this against cops. I know there's always going to be bad apples in every bunch, right? There's going to be good cops and bad cops. And I hate when people use the examples of bad cops to, show that, oh, look, it's a bad cop. That means all of them are bad. But I will tell you once again, Peetz will be the first person to be calling for a police officer.
Yeah. Condolences, J-Dot. They're illegal gangs that can get away with everything. Yep. That was the 10, so I know firsthand how corrupt it is. But yeah, here's the thing. There are plenty of cops who want to be good. There absolutely are plenty of police who want to be good and try to be good. But as a system, hey, Nessa Jen, the police are bad. Holding them responsible, body cams, better measured. But it doesn't work, Line. That shit's been going on already. Body cams, already a thing. Better measures to stop corruption. Like what? All the shit that people like, all the reforms that people suggest are already tried. And they don't fucking work. There's no reforming the police. You cannot reform a system that was designed to be corrupt.
What?
Takes more hours to become
a police wasn't designed to be corrupt, but statistically they say that cops are no less or more chance of them committing a crime than any regular citizen. I think that's the misconception here. If you put like 1 million regular citizens versus 1 million cops, it will be the same amount of people breaking the law on either side. So cops are no better than the average citizen on average when it comes to abiding by the law, because they're taken from the average citizenship.
a licensed cosmetologist and does become
a YouTuber
police officer. Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that,
If I
Jack.
had to be a cop
Victoria
for a day,
H.
I'd pee my pants. Maybe.
Exactly, Marie F. They're human after all, and they're no better or worse than us. I know they have special powers, but they're still human beings. They still make mistakes. They still commit crimes on or off duty, just like a regular human being would.
But like, civil asset forfeitures. Effectively, the police just taking money from people. Civil asset forfeitures.
Really? He's going to talk about that?
Take more money from people than burglary.
All right. So if you don't know what that whole civil asset forfeiture is, it's this thing where there are a lot of jurisdictions that have cops on highways and stuff, and then they'll pull you over. And if you have an abundance of money, I forgot how much it is, if it varies by state, but let's say you have like $150,000 in cash and you get pulled over in a highway in some state. They have the ability to take that money from you, and say like, oh, they believe that this is you got these monies due to their proceeds from crime. So that's what he's talking about. Civil forfeiture in the United States is highly contested because there's a lot of good people that they don't deal with banks, they deal in cash. And when you have a lot of cash in a car or a truck or SUV, you're crossing state lines, you're going about your business, cops will stop you, they will search, and if they find this abundance of money, some of these policing agencies, these jurisdictions will take all those monies from you. And this has been highly contested for years. I've seen videos about it. I've heard so many talks about it. Lots of people are talking about this stuff, that it needs to stop because it happens practically in all of the states.
Literally, cops take more money from people. The state trooper pulled me over once and he was like, "I'm so sorry to scare you. Just your tail light is out. Carry on." Hey, Shiara.
Got a point, Daddy Kim.
But I'm also white. Yeah. And like,
hey, Temple to Heaven.
Love the state that had the ad that said, "If you want to get rid of the police, the next time a crime happens, do you call a crackhead?" Shit, if you know the right crackheads, you might actually have better luck than calling the police. Police actually solve a surprisingly low amount of crimes.
Really? Okay, let's
Cherry,
wait a second.
That are being infiltrated with bad cops. Just like, yep. I mean, it's not that the police are being infiltrated by white supremacists. They were founded to be to uphold white supremacy. Canadian police seem really nice too when Foodie called them. It depends. It depends, let me in. I mean, there's shitty police in Canada as well.
Shitty police everywhere.
Yeah. Police were founded to uphold white supremacy. The earliest police forces were slave catchers. The LAPD is pretty no nonsense. The LAPD has fucking gangs. LAPD gangs. Actual fucking gangs within the LAPD. Like, the LAPD is fucking atrocious.
All right, so we're really political tonight. No Elon Musk, no Kanye.
So
you know,
what you
Mehmet
do
Oz.
is you invest in communities. Like, you take the money that you take the massive amounts of money that goes to police, because police always have are always one of the biggest
Hey, Cirelli.
things in the budget. Let's say there are no cops and someone breaks in my house to steal everything and shoot my dog. What do I do? So, realistically, Lime, not going to happen when you know, even with police, somebody breaks into your house, calling the police. By the time they get there, the person's probably already going to be gone.
Right, Marie F. He has a lot of negativity pent up.
What you do, because police are, in most cities, one of the...
You'd rather see him a quickin than talk like this?
One of the biggest...
Me as well.
...budget items. In some cities, the biggest budget item. My dare cop screamed at my class. Yep. In some cities, they're the biggest budget, and some second, third, fourth, fifth. But in most cities, they are very, very big part of the budget. They've got a really huge part of the city budget.
All right, Grandma Smurf says thefts of Kias and Hyundais rose 843% here in 1 year. Those cars are easy to get into the computer system. Let me check what's the average budget for a police force.
Cops in Seattle saved me from a robbery that would have ruined my life. Well, you got kind of lucky there. But yeah, so usually they take a huge amount of the budget. So what you do is you take the money that goes to the police.
Yeah.
You invest it in community services.
Okay, yeah.
You address the root causes of crime. Now, you probably... And instead of whenever there's... and more...
Smash that like button. It says here, the Globe and Mail says Canadian cities' police spending ranges from 1/10 to nearly 1/3 of total budgets. That's actually pretty significant, but I mean, for me, it's expected. Of course, they're going to be a big part of the budget.
Community service people.
Or take a big slice.
Run for a councilman job. No. I feel like going to church tonight because of my mom. Yeah, that's fair, J-Dot.
Peace for president? You mean prime minister? Peace for prime minister, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, you invest in community services. You invest in mental health professionals to help people out who are having mental health crises. You don't send a fucking police... when somebody's having a mental health crisis, you don't send a half dozen cops who are ready to shoot on sight. You send people who actually are trained to deal with people who are having mental health crises. They're to protect financial and political... Yep, they are... Police do not exist to protect you. Police are actually under no obligation to protect you.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They are under no obligation to protect you. That was brought to the Supreme Court because of that New York case. I believe it was in the subway. 2 cops were there, but the guy still got, I believe, stabbed while the cops were looking watching while he was getting stabbed. And it went straight to the Supreme Court, and pretty much the Supreme Court, SCOTUS said that police don't fundamentally need to protect you. Let me see if I can find that. Give me a second.
Like literally, it's on multiple occasions. Courts have ruled that police are under no obligation to actually protect people. Mental health is underfunded in almost every country. Yep, absolutely it is.
Cops have the right to go home to their families. They do. Yeah, so pretty much police have no
Hey,
duty
triggers.
to protect you. So remember that, somebody. If there's a life-threatening situation and that police officer or officers feel that their lives are in danger, they really do not have an obligation to protect you.
More training. More training isn't going to solve anything.
Exactly, mouse toes. Cops are not required to jump in front of bullets for
what
us.
you do is community investment. And like, and you create a new, basically, and then like on top of the community, like on top of community investment, yes, you're going to need people who serve there is going to be a need for people who fill the role that police do. You build a new system from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you build a new community defense force from the ground up. Get rid of the police, scrap the whole system, and start over.
And you know what they would call this community defense force? The police. That's what they'd call them. Just like, where you place criminals, people who have offended society and done crimes. You know what? If you get rid of jails, you know where you'd place them? You'd place them in jails. That's what it'd be called. If you place them somewhere away from society, it'd be called a jail.
Same with prisons. Abolish prisons, scrap the whole thing, start over. Hey, Nicole.
Yeah, we'll start over with something else. You know what that's called? Something else that's not a prison? A prison. That's what it's called. It's still a prison.
Because the systems that exist cannot be reformed.
Right, Peetz. Okay.
Like I said, you build something that actually fucking works to address things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare should be a right. Yep. Healthcare should absolutely be a right.
He can't even make a proper meatloaf. Right?
Sure, why?
Peace. Yeah, Peace has totally got
there are absolutely people who cannot be trusted to be part of society. So you build something that actually is designed specifically around something that is based around justice. Did I watch Sad Kermit? A little bit, Steph. I watched a little bit of Sad Kermit stuff. Like, that's my thing. Like, the justice system is not designed around justice. The justice system that exists right now has absolutely nothing to do with justice.
One thing Homestead Life has brought forward with this statement is that there is a lot of intentional overcharging to force pleas. So they'll charge you with like 10 different things. And then they'll say, oh, well, if you plead to 2, 3, 4, 5, then we'll just drop the other ones. And it seems like a deal. But a lot of people are having an issue with that, the intentional overcharging of people. where you do something and it's like all these charges are laid. And it seems what is doing is that you feel that, you are getting a good deal with the plea. Well, effectively, what has been discussed, like between lawyers and intellectuals, is that it's just not right, because this seems to be a normal thing in society these days, where police forces are overcharging people so that they plead down to something, and a lot of people of the courts, attorneys, are having issues with that.
It is based more around punishment, retribution.
True, Mary. Like, there's a lot of wrongs that are happening, like what we've been seeing lately.
So you abolish the system that was designed specifically around punishment, and you build a new system that is designed around justice.
Yeah, you know what that's called? A police force. It's still called the police, Peetz.
Indeed, Connie. Rehabilitation, resocialization, yeah. But that's like,
U.S. needs stricter laws.
and what gets frustrating about discussions around
Qatar and Kuwait are safer. Yeah, you could argue that they're safer because the punishment for certain crimes include death, like getting your hands chopped off, getting a lot of stuff happening to you. So, when people are faced with losing limbs or losing their life, they tend to not do things that they normally would do elsewhere.
justice system. So, like, it's about money. Yep. Big part of it. So yeah, let's say, like,
Mary says you are not safe when you don't have liberties.
the focus should be on, justice system should be, should change so that it's focused on rehabilitation. Like, you say, like, rehabilitation should be the goal. People are going to be like, oh, so you want rapists walking free? You want murderers walking free? No. I want fucking... like, it's impossible. Like, one thing that pisses me off about any discussion of this shit is it is impossible to have a discussion about prisons without people jumping to the absolute furthest fucking extreme cases of people who need to be kept isolated. Hey, freedom. Like, it's just,
He needs to wear a tie around
X-Men send bad guys to jail,
so he looks more official. Pete's looking official with his shirt here.
sometimes.
What he needs to start doing is maybe ironing shirt or making sure they're not crushed or have an abundance of lint on them. He should try that first. I don't even think Pete's has a suit. Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Yes, fine. Jeffrey Dahmer's a piece of shit. Jeffrey Dahmer needs to be in prison for life, Fine. But, like, 99% of people in prison are probably capable of being rehabilitated. And it's like any sort of push to change things, to change the system, to make it work better for the majority of people is automatically met with people jumping to Jeffrey fucking Dahmer. It's like, hey, Brona, to that recidivism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, recidivism rates are high. People are thrown in prison, given no assistance to get better, to address the root causes of what caused them to break a law. In many cases, they actually, like, somebody who breaks a minor law will go to prison for 5 years and come out worse in a worse situation than when they went in. Because, now they've got a criminal record, so now nobody wants to hire them. And while they were in prison, what did they learn? How to be better fucking criminals. They were taught how to be better fucking criminals in prison.
A lot of people do learn how to be better criminals in prison because, they connect with other people. Well, it depends on what, they truly want. Like, there's so much layers to this. He's talking about the recidivism rate, as in the repeat offender rate. And it is actually high. Once you go into a jail or prison, it's in like the 90 something percent that the probability of you reoffending within like a year is usually like 90+%. If you
What
look
about
at the
white-collar crime?
stats.
Yeah, white-collar crime goes completely unpunished anyway. It's like somebody gets sent to prison for selling weed, and while they're in there, they learn how to fucking shank people.
Yikes. Foodie is a great criminal. Foodie is a smooth criminal. Foodie is like an outlier.
Connie.
I'm surprised she's never been pulled over when she was obviously, doing edibles and going out and driving. Because if I ever did that, I'd be pulled over 10 times over.
So yes, absolutely. There are some people who do need to be kept isolated from society at large.
It's called a prison, Peetz.
White collar crime does not go. Oh, sure as hell it does, Danish.
That's what it's called.
Oh, absolutely. White collar crime goes unpunished all the time, Danish.
So, Dan Woods.
Because here's the thing. The majority of white collar crime is punished with a fine.
Mm-hmm. Sad but true.
Because that's like when the punishment is a crime. When a crime is punishable by fine, it means that for rich people, it's not actually a crime. Weed has been decriminalized mostly everywhere. Yeah, and there's still people in prison on fucking possession charges. Yes, well, inflation. They kind of
Martha Stewart that. Well, if you have a lot of money and they want to set an example of you, they're going to set an example of you. And these examples are like Martha Stewart, like Ari Kelly. Who was that guy that went to jail for tax evasion? Wesley Snipes. They're going to set examples of you. Harvey Weinstein, because he was getting away with a lot of shit until he wasn't.
IRS puts a lot of people in prison. Yeah. What I have for dinner?
Lola Kim, Madoff, yes.
Bernie
Madoff.
I'm gonna refill my water. I'll be back in a second. Back in a minute.
SPF sang Bankman Fried. Yes. Except he's just detained. He's not in jail or prison yet. Actually, no, he would be in jail now, right? Unless they've remanded him to a hotel or something. You never know what they do with people. But technically, SPF doesn't really have any money anymore because the money has gone to zero. So it's not like he's still rich. How much is the company worth? Practically nothing. Has he changed that that glass he's been drinking out of yet? Or is he still with the same one? I think he's still with the same one. Right tip top, like Wesley Snipes, Madoff, et al. Conrad Black, Martha Stewart, Weinstein.
Why does that sound like urination?
The glass looks...
I don't know, Forna. I mean, if that sounded like urination to you, then you might have a problem, Forna. That'd be a lot of urinate. Like, that'd be a lot coming out all at once, Forna.
But it
All
does.
right, come on.
It does
Come on,
come out
whiny
a
cat.
lot. What is he talking about?
Come
It
on,
does
whiny.
come out a lot.
Trip to a comic book store? Nah. Murdoch murders, talk about influential rich people getting away with shit for a while. Yep. Definitely afraid of chipmunks? Really? Chipmunks? I like Velvet. Show cat. She's here. Here's the cat.
Peetz may have prostate issues. Yikes. I could never go to my bathroom for a glass of water. Right, exactly.
Hey, Andy. Can I be best man at your wedding? No.
True
Something
homestead
weird
life.
about chinchillas?
Yeah, the 3 strikes rule. A lot of people have a problem with that. Of course, it's obvious why they would have a problem with the 3 strikes law.
Really?
Lots of serious issues when it comes to policing and law and whatnot.
Aside from the name? Sam Lerner? Nah, Sam is middle of the hall. Sam is halfway down the hall.
He did
The
monsters.
chipmunks at Disney World because I hate costumes. Fair. Hey, Stinky. Stinky? No, doesn't make me sad. Martha Stewart once showed her pet chinchillas and they kind of freaked me out. Like gigantic amorph mice. Mortal Kombat? No, Russ Banana. I'm not into fighting games. Poster on the top left. That's Missing Shadow Man to save your life.
Bathroom water is safe for drinking.
Birds are
Most water
dinosaurs.
homes.
They should be feared. True.
Yeah, I guess so. It depends on what is considered safe. Safe is very relative to to you. What you might consider safe, I might not consider safe. Remember those towns that used to have like that yellow drinking water coming out, and then the towns would be like, "Oh, it's safe," and be like, "The water is yellow."
The miracle of evolution turned the fearsome T-Rex into a chicken.
Shabby.
Next on live. Undecided, Stinky.
New York water has
Chickens are
floaties.
terrifying. I hate their eyes.
Ew.
Fuck chickens.
Oh, thank you, Temple to
How do I feel
Heaven.
about Scream 6? 9 minutes of work remaining. Hurrah, Steph.
Wait a second. There's gonna be a Scream?
Tomorrow.
A new Scream?
Tomorrow's Thursday. Is it your... By that, do you mean it's your Friday, Steph? Cool World?
Oh,
I've seen... I watched bits of Cool World on TV once.
Scream 6 is coming out March 10th, 2023. How did I not know this? Wait a minute. There was a Scream 5 this year? Oh, crap. What was 14th of January? Okay. I guess I'm going to have to watch Scream 5. And then I'm going to have to watch Scream 6. Man, I kind of gave up on these Scream movies after, the first one. I think I watched the first, second, third, maybe even the fourth. I can't remember.
In between watching something else, I occasionally flipped over to it was showing on TV or something. What job do you have that you can watch? Oh, that you can watch me. Message to my reactors. I don't give a shit. Hey, Northern Lights. Dead by Daylight is too hard for me. Indeed, it would be. Let me in. Indeed, it would be too hard for me. I suck at video games. I just want to make that clear. I suck at video games, and I do not have the patience to get good at them.
Yeah, maybe you should go on Twitch. Melanie Sass wants to see his bathroom. I do also. I want to see his bathroom, but remember, he has never mopped the floor in his life. So what does that tell you?
Bird fell out of its nest onto my porch, and it looked weird. It was so helpless. And hi, Camion. Do I rage quit video games? I used to. Hey, Key Lime. Oh, hey, Kelly Chapman. Sorry, Kelly Chapman. Hey, Comic Book. Hey, Backrooms. Breastfeed the baby bird. Bracing for an ice storm tonight. Oof. Ice storms are never fun. Where's the cat?
You don't want to see his bathroom? I wouldn't
Whining
care.
for treats. That's where she is. She's freaking whining for treats. Rage yoga. I still remember the ice storm of, was it 96? 97? 98? What year was that
Jeez.
ice storm? Like the really, really bad ice storm that knocked out power for huge chunks of
Yeesh, man. He remembers that. That was like 97 or 98. I was in Toronto at that time, and they had to call in the army. Yeah, it was no CBC says it was the 1998 ice storm. Okay, I got it wrong by a year. 1998 Peetz. That's when it happened. We had to call in the army and to clear the roads. And I remember it specifically because these guys kept on like standing near a sidewalk, and I was wondering why they were standing near the sidewalk. And you know why they were doing that? Because they had covered a sheet of ice with snow, so that anybody that would walk in it would slip, and they were just watching at all the hilarity that ensued. But it was awful. So that was 1998, Pete's.
Ontario and Quebec, and I think northeastern US. 97 was 97.
Was
Couldn't remember which year it
98.
was. I still remember that. Hey, plain cheeseburger.
All the news articles say
Province that
98.
I visited. I've been to Montreal, so I've been to Quebec, and I've been to Alberta. Yeah, I was kind of lucky. The house I lived in had a fireplace, so we were kind of lucky.
Wait a second, where did he live? Was he in Cornwall? He said Cornwall, right?
Province that I visited. I've been to Montreal, so I've been to Quebec, and I've been to Alberta. Yeah, I was kind of lucky. The house I lived in had a fireplace, so we were kind of lucky.
Okay,
Just for the
cool.
week, yeah. 97, I think, was similar. One of the Montreal. It's a lovely city. Montreal is a lovely city. Hey, Steph. Would I ever move to the States? No. So, yeah, I remember like we had a fireplace, so we were pretty lucky in that sense.
All right.
Have I ever been harassed by the popos?
Well, enjoy yourself in
Never
Quebec,
harassed.
REF.
Never seen an ice storm. If we get 4 inches of snow, we don't know what to do. I remember the Ottawa ice storm too. I just moved from Winnipeg. I hate snow in winter. Yeah. If I eat chicken and then breastfeed a baby bird, is that cannibalism for the bird? I'm pretty sure birds will eat other. There are some birds that will eat other birds anyway.
Right, Daphne?
If a baby bird falls out of its nest, just put it back. The mother won't reject it. That's an old wives' tale. I grew up on a farm and saved many baby birds. Oh, that's nice to know, Shadowfax. That's nice to know. Are people friendly to Americans in Canada?
That is nice to know.
Yes, but we're kind of passive aggressive about it too.
Hey, Mary Higgs. Hey, Mary F. When are you going to go to Orange Julep?
Got a warning on my phone because it's been raining all day. Places are flooding. Oof. Not the French Canadians. True. French Canadians don't bother with the passive and passive aggressive. canceling trains because there were leaves on the lines. Weird. We Americans love Canadians. If I visit the U.S., where would I visit? I do want to go to New York City. And Canadians and Americans the same thing. I mean, that's a good way to get it. That's a good way to piss a Canadian off. Do the Van Buren thing. Yeah, nice pop too. So yeah, like New York City is a place that I'd like to visit.
All right,
Beyond
go
that,
Peetz.
not really many places in the U.S. that I really care much about.
Potato says
Canadians until I became an ex.
you can feed chickens their own scrambled eggs. Good to know.
Canadians a lot more well-adjusted than Americans because y'all actually have healthcare. Does help. Just like calling a New Zealander an Australian. Yep. Just like calling a New Zealander an Australian. Yep.
I don't think so, Daphne. You loved
I live in New
Canadians
York, Long Island. We hate everyone.
before you knew Peetz and Foodie. Canadians aren't so bad.
What would I do in New York? Oh, I mean, see museums, see a play, see all sorts of touristy shit.
I don't know. I wonder how Peace would act if he actually went to someplace else. Would he pull a Foodie Beauty and just stay inside the hotel room? Or will he actually go out? Because I'm thinking, does Pete's go out in his neighborhood that he's lived in for 2.5 years now? He does not. He has the ability to walk around, to do many things, yet he doesn't. So what's the expectation when he goes to a place he's unfamiliar with? Is there an expectation he'll just get up, forget his depression and his anxiety, and start wandering around, going to museums?
As far as New Yorkers being rude, like as far as New Yorkers hating people, here's the thing that I've heard about New York.
Normal people would eat him alive. Mm-hmm.
Rude ones. Because there's 8 million of them, Lolo.
All right, let's go
it's not
vote.
that they're rude, it's that what I've heard is New Yorkers are kind but not friendly. Rural people are friendly but not kind. So like they're not rude, they're just direct. Exactly. They don't have time. So like they will just, if they see somebody needs help, they will, if they see that, like if New Yorkers see that people need help, they will pitch in, help out, and move right the fuck on with their day. Don't fucking thank me. I got shit to do. Like a lot of places, like a lot of like sort of more rural places, people will sort of like
Stereotype much?
expect shit for their help, I guess. New Yorkers, they'll just pitch in, do the shit that needs done, get on with their fucking day. They got shit to
Right,
do.
Lindsay?
They understand that you've got shit to do, so they'll they know what that's like. They'll help you get back to the shit that you need to do, but don't dally, don't make it harder for them to get back to the shit they need to do.
I love it that Peetz talks about what New Yorkers do without ever being a New Yorker or ever actually being in New York. It's kind of like me telling you about Montreal when I've never been to Montreal. Would that make any sense to you? But like, let me tell you about Montreal. I've never been to Montreal though, but I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Montreal. But I've never been there.
Grew up in New York, lived in New York, went to school in Virginia, came back to New York, and no one would make eye contact. Yeah, because there's 8 million people. You can't be friendly to 8 million people. It's just not possible. Then get assaulted on the subways daily.
You love the bodegas, of course.
Grant spaces, lots of people. I know that. Piss and vinegar. I would manage. I would survive. I'll help you, but no fucking small talk. Yeah. People there are incredibly friendly. I mean, I assume that it depends a little bit on who you're interacting with, on like what areas of what neighborhoods you're going to,
Right,
what
Maria?
people there you're interacting with. State is fake nice to everyone, then they stab you in the back as you walk away. Yeah.
The bodega will treat you like family. Exactly. The bodegas will treat you like family. Bodega.
See, New Yorkers won't stab you in the back. They don't got time for that. They'll stab you in the face, and then and then keep walking because they got places to go.
Okay. Some people are asking, what the hell is a bodega? It's a small grocery store. That's what it is.
I'm from the Midwest, and we're all just NPCs.
Yeah, a corner store. Chantel's a misinformed expert as well. Yep.
And yeah, it's a city that is got stabbed in the face in PDX.
Hey,
Midwest is
Celeste.
only for white people. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of places.
What's for who? He's out of pocket right now. He's too much.
Sure. Aren't there some sundown towns that still exist?
Jesus Christ, he's talking about the sundown towns now. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to explain what a sundown town is. If you don't know what a sundown town is, they're called sunset towns or gray towns, sundowner towns, or all white municipalities or neighborhoods in the United States that practice a form of racial segregation. So what you do is, if you are a BIPOC person, Black, Indigenous people, or person of color, you better be out of that town by sundown. So if the sun is setting, you better get the hell out of there. That's why it's called a sundown town. And these are towns, municipalities, areas of the United States, especially, that practice a form of racial segregation by excluding non-whites via some combination of discriminatory local laws, intimidation, or violence. So once again, these are still happening, right? But yeah, that's what a sundown town is. Unfortunately, they still exist.
Hey, Fuzzball. Lived in NYC for years. My husband offered me a cookie for each hand. I now identify as an octopus. What about Californians? That I don't know much about.
I heard that there are certain towns that still exist that are just... Okay, let me tell you a story. I remember in the 90s, I was traveling with my dad, right? We were going from Florida to Toronto because we needed to do. So we made the trip and we stopped in Kentucky. Specifically, we stopped at the first Kentucky in Kentucky, as in the first KFC. And because we wanted to rest, right? So we just by happenstance, was in Kentucky, and we were like, okay, let's go to the first ever KFC. And so we went there and we bought some stuff. And I think what happened was we went to a town next door, and I was in the car and my parents were doing something. And this kid came up to me. I told this story before. This kid came up to me and he was like, "Hey, mister," with a super puzzled look on his face. And I was like 12 or 13 at the time. So, of course, I was a kid as well. He's like, "Mister, why are you covered in chocolate?" And I didn't understand because, of course, I'm a kid. But when I looked back at it a while back, I'm like, holy crap. It's because, well, actually, I think I understood a little bit. I'm like, I don't think he's seen a black person before, so he thinks I'm a white person that has covered myself in chocolate. And I'll always remember that. Even years later, decades later, I'm like, this kid has never seen a black person before. But there are towns like that, though, where you don't ever see a black person because it's just like all white people. But that literally happened to me. This is no bullshit. I was in a small town and the kid came up to me and asked me why I am covered in chocolate. Because he thought it was so strange. Probably thought it was a weirdo. It's like, this white guy's covered in chocolate. Look at him. Why wouldn't you cover yourself in chocolate and be in the back of a car, mister? But yeah, that's one of my experiences, being in Kentucky.
Live in South Carolina. Now I'm all about grits and shit now. When I go to Miami, there's not much for me to do in Miami. I'm not a beach person. Like, I'm not much for beaches, so there's just not much for me to do in a city like Miami.
Daphne O'Connor says Canada's version of a sundown town is Leamington, Ontario. I laugh at that because I used to actually go to Leamington quite regularly. Back in the day, I had a girlfriend that was staying in London, Ontario, and she used to babysit in Leamington. So I'd had to drive her. I think I also talked about this. So I had to drive her practically every weekend to babysit in Leamington, Ontario. And you know what? For the amount of money that she got for the babysitting, it kind of wasn't worth the gas. But then again, as a teenager, you're not thinking like that, right? You're thinking, okay, I got a girlfriend. I'm going to drive her to Leamington so she can babysit and make money and then we can hang out. But yeah, holy crap. That was an experience. So you're saying a version of a sundown town is Leamington? But Leamington, well, you know what? I didn't really go out to Leamington, so I wouldn't really know. I think the ketchup factory is still there, right? Or did that close down?
In Florida as a whole, really. Born here in Atlanta, and so is my mom. So she said that the people in New York City are friendlier than Metro Atlanta people. I certainly believe it. Atlanta is an absolute shithole now. Yeah. Hey, Tiffany.
What did I say to him? Says a fish. I didn't really say anything to him because I was so shocked. I didn't know how to answer, right? And we just kept on staring at each other. And he was looking at me like he wanted an answer, and I was looking at him trying to figure out how am I supposed to explain to him that I'm black. Because if he has no concept of why I'm covered in chocolate, like how am I as a 12 or 13-year-old going to explain to a child that's a few years younger than I am that I am a black person if he's never heard about black people in his life? It's like that is a puzzling conversation to start. But my parents came back, like I think within seconds after a awkward steer down. So we just took off. What year was this? This was in the 90s.
Oh, hey, DG.
I was looking at you
Sorry, I didn't
like
say
he
hi.
might try to lick you. Probably was.
Do I ever plan to cut my hair? I do. I will. Not much here in Miami, but beaches and clubs. Two things that I have no interest in, Barbara. California should be its own country. It's so huge, and there are a ton of subcultures. California is a weird place, from what I hear.
California.
Like, from what I understand, California is just kind of weird. Inviting me to New York City.
Why?
I do want to go there at some point. Cities are hours away from each other. Been to Disneyland? Nope.
Right.
Never been to Disneyland, Disney World, Euro Disney, any of them. 137 gonks on my Christmas tree, plus baubles, lights, and tinsel. Go to a beach in a Speedo bikini? No.
Marie F says he must have seen black people on TV. That's what I expect, Marie, but I think his family probably didn't have a TV. I remember this was the 90s, so internet wasn't like a huge thing back then. Some families just don't have a TV. They might have a radio. Maybe they'll just stick to certain channels or just one channel. It was really strange.
Hated LA in my 20s. I love it in my 30s. But the rest of Cali is just off. Damn it, Cam. Yeah, now you've reminded me of Brand Van 3000.
Premium chocolate Monty, right? Which city was this?
What the hell am I doing?
LV Raider Girl 98. This was near North Corbin, Kentucky. So definitely not a city. It was a town. It was a really small town. We went to the first KFC, which was opened in 1952 in North Corbin. I did go there. I still actually have stuff from that first KFC. This was the 90s, and I still have stuff from that trip because you could get souvenirs at this KFC. And it was I remember the trip because we went into like literally the middle of nowhere, and it was very mountainous to go to this KFC because this KFC was like, it was really in the middle of nowhere. I remember that. It was like, holy shit. But yeah. And then I think they used the washroom either the next town or so over or the same town somewhere. And then that kid came up to me. It was really weird.
Been drinking in LA at 25 or 26. So 25 or 26?
Peetz, nobody cares.
At 26. Kelly is crazy. You'll get robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just double checked. I'm sorry. And yeah, 26. You're 27, Jenna?
Right, Temple?
Nobody likes you when you're 23. 17, right? That's Ladytron, right?
Mary in Wonderland says, as a Kentuckian, we have some towns that don't even have running water, so you probably didn't have a TV. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the probability of this child having a TV is pretty low because if he's never seen a black person before ever in his life, most likely he doesn't have a TV.
That one's Ladytron, right? Comic book. That's a good song. That's a really good song.
The nuggies there are so yummy at KFC. Okay.
Farming Land. Seen them live? Nice.
Who here has been to the first ever KFC in North Corbin, Kentucky? Put a 1 in the chat.
I look like green apple things. They back on tour? Nice. What's My Age Again by Blink-182? Oh. Oh shit, no. 17 is when you're 21, you're no fun. Yeah. They only want you when you're 17. When you're 21, you're no fun. Yeah.
LV Raider Girl 98, you should have said, yeah, I want to lick. I don't think that would have gone over well as a person of color in Kentucky with a young child that's never seen a black person. Telling him you want to lick would not be the best thing for me to do.
I got it mixed up. Anyway, Ladytron is way better than Blink.
Yeah, Peetz is talking about Ladytron
going on 17
and whatnot.
You're a wee baby, Kelly. Yeah, Ladytron is so much better than Blink. I never liked Blink 182.
I love Blink 182.
Everyone here is so young. Statistically, Melanie, Most of my audience is 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Yeah, Gen X. Most of his audience is Gen X. Then comes the boomers and the millennials. Gen Z, a small percentage, like everybody else.
And 20s.
I did not LV rate a girl,
I
98.
suppose, yeah, some people in their 20s as well. It'll be 50 next month.
The KFC man looks like Rolf Harris.
Helen Marnie Sullivan from a few years back was pretty decent. Good departure after Gravity the Seducer. Blink 182 is one of the most fun concerts.
He does look
How
like
long will I
Rolf
be
Harris.
alive? Probably a couple hours. My boy band was New Kids on the Block. I remember them. I never liked them. Do I like street art and graffiti? No, some. Some of it's pretty good. Angel. Yeah, I've got enough cat food. Don't worry.
He has enough
Rob
cat
Zombie.
food.
There's a couple Rob Zombie songs that I like.
You heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Not a lot, but there's a couple.
Oh, he did an ice cream skit? Okay. The KFC
Rob
guy.
Zombie at a concert, and it was amazing and disgusting.
Colonel Sanders is kind of hot to you. Is it the hair? It's the hair, isn't it?
Yeah, like, you know, Dragula is an absolute undeniable banger, you know?
Oh, of course. Dear to the witches and burn to the ditches and slav in the back of my Dragula.
What other zombie songs do I have?
It's the goatee? Maybe it is the goatee.
And I mean, there's a few other songs that I don't mind. A few other zombie songs that I don't mind, but generally not something that I'm a Living Dead Girl is
Living Dead Girl.
is a good song. There's a couple others that I don't really mind.
Of course.
He is a very wet, slippery creature. Nicole, favorite bands? Heartless Bastards.
You like a man in uniform that has an endless supply of fried chicken? Yes.
Priscilla On, Ting Tings. Carol and Tuesday soundtrack. Rilo Kiley. Hey, Aquarius. Portugal the Man.
Mm-hmm. What else? Florida Georgia Line.
Saw Heartless Bastards. Yeah, I saw them in concert once in Montreal. I'd love to see them again, but they don't really come up to Canada. They're on tour right now. I think they're in Europe at the moment. Rilo Kiley, love them. Yep. Rise Against, not my thing. Would I visit Oregon? Ting Tings. Love Ting
The
Tings.
Cars. Mm-hmm.
Sleigh Bells are a great band.
Here we go again. All right, go Peetz. List them for us.
I'm surprised at how much I like St. Vincent. Crash in Portland if you visit.
Very
Haven't
surprised
heard of
in
any of those
Peetz.
bands. They're all good. Love Sleigh Bells. Yeah. Slayer? No, never liked Slayer. Prodigy? Never liked Prodigy. I have to get back to work. All right. I don't know why you don't get notifications, Fuzzball. No idea. Yeah, thanks, Fuzzball. Thanks for coming. I wonder if Sleigh Bells ever have done like a Christmas song.
You'll find Jollibee
Rise
not
Against
good.
now.
I like Jollibee.
Rise Against is not someone I ever liked. Hard to imagine Sleigh Bells doing a Christmas song though.
Sure, Peetz.
My favorite ever description of Sleigh Bells is if the goth kids took over the cheer club.
If you've never tried Jollibee, Edna, when you come to Toronto area, you gotta try Jollibee. Anyone like the Google Dolls? Of course. LV rated
If
girl.
I'd ever done one. Not surprised, Camyon. Like I said, hard to imagine what their version of a Christmas song would sound like. Shitty attempts exist on SoundCloud to X-mix them? Yeah. Silk the Shocker. God Send You. No, not a fan of God Send You.
I love how he said that. He's like, Silk the Shocker? I haven't heard about Silk the Shocker in a long time. American rapper, of course. Silk the Shocker. Wasn't he in jail for like something? I remember that, right? And who is he related to again? I keep forgetting who Silk is related to, but let me Google that. Oh yes, he Silk the Shocker is Master P's brother. Yeah, he's talking about Silk the Shocker. That made me laugh real hard.
Hey, plain cheeseburger. I always feel like a Grinch. What would my cutie mark be?
Yeah, Master P. Yes.
Bed. Loved Lincoln Park, but now it makes me sad. Never liked Lincoln Park. Breaking Benjamin? Nah. Brian Eno? Nah. Greg, what's a cutie mark? It's from My Little Pony.
Huh?
The little symbol that's on the rumps of My Little Ponies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cutie marks.
OMG.
Alone hanging out, hanging with
Really?
places. Hey,
Cutie
Barbara.
marks. My Little Pony. Should I even Google this? Cutie mark?
Yeah, I never liked Lincoln Park. I never enjoyed Lincoln Park.
OMG.
I'd have a bet on my ass. Yep.
Yes, rest in peace, Takeoff.
Hey, Elizabeth.
So they are cutie marks. Do I even want to Google this? Right? Don't you
Hey,
feel
plain
dirty?
cheeseburger. By the way, I was wondering, anyone going to be home alone on Christmas?
I am Peetz.
Have you ever seen the doc?
You gonna
about
come
My
over?
Little Pony Killer? I have not.
Is he gonna come over? Can you imagine
Oh,
Christmas?
Fluffy. He's out in the hall last I saw.
Can you imagine Christmas with Monty and Peetz? It's a Monty and Peetz Christmas.
Still halfway down the hall, sleeping. Going to the movies. Club Penguin? No. Christmas is boring in general. Yeah. Working Christmas.
Greatest collab ever. Invite him. He would never. He'd be like, "You react to Foodie Beauty. You're gone. Bye."
Invite my family over for Christmas. Invited a coworker to hang with your family if you even hang out.
Where's
Yeah,
my dad?
I will because I'm going to be completely alone for Christmas.
Mhm.
I will just be sitting on Christmas Day. I'm just going to be sitting doing nothing.
Right? Where's my dad? My dad actually went back to his home. He went back a short while ago.
Jim used to play Diary of Jane, and we thought it said diarrhea chain.
Monty and Peetz breaking the internet. Yeah, that'll happen. He's basically inviting me.
So my plan is to go live on Christmas. Sad? Yeah, it's fine for it. I don't mind. Christmas doesn't really mean much to me. So yeah, I will probably end up going live for like probably pretty much the whole day.
Oh yeah, I could make a ham together and decorate
Create
it.
the Home Alone
Nice.
movie. Want to take the train to my mom's? Turns out, 4 fucking hours. Like, there's no direct train from Ottawa to Cornwall.
Here we go. We've heard
For
it
some
before.
fucking reason,
Peetz.
there's no direct train from Ottawa to Cornwall.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Chantel's coming
it gets
back,
there via Kingston.
but not anytime soon. She's coming back next year. If I go by the Villa Grove,
So, like, I have to like go on a train for like 4 hours. It's 4 hours on a train to get to Cornwall. What about a bus? No bus. No bus from Ottawa to Cornwall either. Thought they were kind of close. Yeah. It's an hour drive. It's like a 1 hour drive. Uber. What I'll probably end up having to do, Peach Cobbler, is Uber or something like that. It looks like I can do like an Uber for like $80.
Mm-hmm.
$80 or so. Why can't I go the day before? Well, like I'm planning, like I don't know.
First world problems, indeed.
Take an Uber. That's what I'm almost certainly going to have to do, which sucks. 1 hour takes 4 hours. Yeah, because it goes to a completely different other city first. Yeah. Goes 2 hours that way and then 2 hours back to get to Cornwall.
Yikes.
Like it's Cornwall is like an hour south of Ottawa. So in order to get there, the train first goes 2 hours west and then 2 hours back east to get to. Like it makes no fucking sense.
Valley Alley wants me and Peace to get matching Christmas themed cutie marks.
It is so shitty.
That'd be something. We could get
So
cutie
good.
marks
No, my brother never learned to drive.
for
I
Christmas.
at least did learn how to drive. I did get my license temporarily.
He's begging me for a ride. All right, fine.
I don't want to have friends on Steam. I don't want to have friends on Steam. So yeah. My brother, probably like 27th or 28th.
Right.
So someday in the following week, like someday in the week following Christmas, I will probably just end up taking, probably just like do an Uber. Drive the car? No.
Maybe I should sign up to be an Uber driver. Pick Pete's up, offer him a ride to Cornwall. It's a Monty and Pete's Christmas.
Like it'll be awkward.
Monty and
but
Pete's Christmas.
What's my Steam? Private.
No, Lindsay.
Discord kitten.
Don't forget the cats. I won't.
Steph. I would tell you, but I'm embarrassed about it. Just looked it up, $100 Uber. Yep. Yes, I mean it's kind of, I suppose not that pricey comparatively. Only a 21-hour walk. Yeah. My friends know I have hentai games in my library. Many they bought for me.
Oh.
But I don't want people to see what hentai games I have in my library. Rent a decent car. Kelly Chapman,
Yikes, he probably still has Bible Black.
welcome, Kelly Chapman.
My guy's Bible Black.
Rent a decent car. I don't drill it. I don't drive. I don't have my license. My license expired when I was 21.
Fairy Elf says Monty and Peace will enjoy cat fur meatloaf and some bathroom water. Sounds perfect.
Can do one way. Nope. the furry Hitler hentai. It is not. It is not Let Me In, but I've heard about that one. I have heard about that one, and my reaction was, "Oh, no, black belt. I don't have a license." Yeah, furry Hitler. It's what? Why? Have to start G1 again. Yep. What? Indeed, comic book. Indeed. So yeah, I will Uber down.
I do need to
halfway
stop
Toronto.
that
Yeah,
tempo
it is.
to
It's
heaven.
halfway down to Toronto in order to get to Cornwall. Like I have to go halfway to Toronto in order to get to Cornwall. It's so stupid.
Or he could just go to Montreal, and then after Montreal, go to Cornwall.
Hey, Alexis.
How about that, Peetz?
It's so fucking stupid. So go live with us. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, Habibi. That's my plan.
How long is this stream? Las Vegas Rated Girl. Pizza streams are sometimes 3 hour plus. Be lucky if they're only 2 hours.
So Christmas Day itself, I will be live for pretty much the whole day. I'm thinking, like basically, more or less from the time I get up until like midnight or something. Like, I'm not sure what time I'll get up. I tend to sleep in pretty late.
He could ask Auntie Rasta. That was actually a suggestion. He's like, he doesn't want to have her drive all the way to Orleans and then to drive back to Cornwall and then have to drive him back to Orleans to drive back to Cornwall.
So from sometime from I'll get up sometime between mid-afternoon and early evening, sometime in that frame.
Mm-hmm.
No, my mom is not living with me right now.
Sometime in that
Hey,
frame.
Hey, Nanaki. Not a 24-hour. Cook anything? No. So what I'm going to do is I will go live soon after I get up.
Uh-huh.
And stay live probably until like midnight or so. During that time, I will order Chinese food because it's Christmas. If you can't have turkey, gotta get Chinese. Someone bought me Girls That Are Tanks hentai.
Right, LV?
I've heard about that one. What time in Canada? Not sure, Winnie. Have I enjoyed that dance myself? Not really. And then, yeah, probably a couple days after Christmas, maybe the 27th or 28th, I will go visit my mom and come back the next day.
Gotcha, Peetz. You told us this.
Yep. So that's sort of my plan. Either
you told us this multitude of times.
The 27th or 28th, I will go visit my mom. And yes, piss and vinegar. That is something I'm probably going to try to do. I will try to bake some sugar cookies.
All right. What would Peetz do while in NYC? 87% of you say stay in the hotel room. He's too scared. About 6% say just the first two options, which are go to the bodegas and or go to the museums and sightsee. All right, let's end this.
Trans Buddha Pride. Live for New Year's Eve. Yep. Yeah, live for New Year's Eve. Yeah, I will definitely go live for New Year's Eve as well. For, again, probably most of the night. Yeah, I'm going to try to make some sugar cookies on Christmas Day.
Wow. You know what? Cornwall Coomer, his mother still has his older brother. Remember his older brother is like 41, he said, a couple days back. At least his older brother is in Cornwall, so he can visit his mom.
One thing I will say about my Christmas Day plans. I will likely... Well, would my mom be able to... Yeah, she'd be able to climb up the stairs to my apartment.
Oh, really, Sasha?
She's not that bad yet. Any Canadian fans can send me a home-cooked meal for Christmas? No. Did I believe in Santa as a kid? I don't really remember. Be with me on New Year's Eve. Husband also. Nice. Thanks, Bally. Yeah, New Year's Eve, I'll definitely be live. I'll just be live for most of New Year's Eve.
You forget about that guy?
She is in her 70s.
Pony sugar cookies. Do they have a cutie mark?
I might pick up some cookie cutters. Make the sugar cookies from scratch. Undecided, BJ. Undecided. Christmas Eve. I'll be live on Christmas Eve. I will be live on Christmas Eve as well. Christmas Eve, I might go live late. Is sort of what I'm thinking. Doing well cooking. Yeah. Decorate the cookies. Yeah, I'll get like some. What is it? Glitter. I'll get some glitter for them. Hey, Nancy.
What? He's gonna get glitter for who? Who's he gonna get glitter for?
Make the sugar cookies from scratch. Undecided, BJ. Undecided. Christmas Eve. I'll be live on Christmas Eve. I will be live on Christmas Eve as well. Christmas Eve, I might go live late. Is sort of what I'm thinking. Doing well cooking. Yeah. Decorate the cookies. Yeah, I'll get like some. What is it?
Glitter on
Glitter.
cookies?
I'll get some glitter for them. Hey, Nancy.
He means something else, right?
Yeah, I'll probably get like some glitter or something for the cookies.
Okay, Peetz, if you say so.
So yeah, Christmas Eve, I am thinking sprinkles. Yes, Janice, sprinkles.
That's
Christmas
what he
Eve,
meant.
I am thinking fairly late. I will go live until like after midnight or something like that. Do I like DC and eggs? No. Frosting is delicious.
Oh boy.
Can vlog the trip to my mom. I would rather not vlog in some random stranger's car. Like, cause since I'm gonna have to Uber down,
Mm-hmm.
have to go live after midnight because he'll be. You wish, Rebecca. Yeah, I don't attend any mass, Rebecca. I've got enough mass as it is. Midnight Central or Eastern time, Annie.
Wow, Peetz is turning into a gut boy. Sooner or later, we're gonna have gut boy 2.0. Just you watch.
I've already got
Yeah,
travel
I see that, Peetz.
when I can interrupt stuff, but it's not an option for visiting Cornwall. Public transportation genuinely is not an option. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Sure.
He is proud of his fluff.
Bought myself any presents? No. Tracker, I have millions of viewers.
Fupa 2.0?
Lots of corn in Cornwall.
No, gut boy.
Cornhole,
No.
like the game. Am I prepared for the snowstorm? Snowstorm? Never, Rebecca. Not like I ever leave the house anyway, though. So, is there a Costco? Yeah, we have Costco's in Canada. We've got one in Ottawa. I don't remember. I don't think Cornwall has one right now. Want to watch Muppet Christmas Carol with Jenna, but she's afraid of Muppets. Cornwall, New York. I think I'm fine not visiting. Someone once went to the Braver and told him he had tens of thousands of viewers. Need rations and cat food. I'll be fine, Rebecca. I went to the barber.
That's the collab, gut
Delivery
boy.
during a snowstorm was cruel to working class people.
And Peetz, yes.
Kinda. At my desk with a blanket. Am I never cold? I have the heat. I actually put the heat on, like, I think I've got it at like 14 or something like that. I don't have the heat on very high.
Oh.
But it's, it's perfectly comfortable for me.
Go, Peetz, go. Go, Peetz, go.
I'll chip it into Uber my mom to the Ville on Christmas Day. No. 14, that's reason. I mean, I'm Canadian.
Maybe. Beagle Mama. You're behind, though.
As a delivery driver, I loved when there was a snowstorm. It meant that I would be making lots of good tips. No, Rob. You have to have a membership to shop at Costco? Apparently, yeah. Guess so. What do I think about Putin all of a sudden is MIA? If only.
Kimberly Ann says Foodie's neighbors are going to be shocked by her new appearance when she returns. Yeah, that's if she actually wears her hijab and or niqab when she's off camera.
Got to be on. Rebecca, I mean fair. I mean Celsius, right, Rebecca? 14 Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I'm not talking about Fahrenheit. I'm talking about Celsius.
He likes his room cold. You highly doubt she will? We'll see what happens.
It's fine. Cats have fur coats. Yep.
Sasha says, I hope Peetz gets the place to himself and gets a roommate. I troll, but wish he'd get his act together. Yeah. We can all wish.
57 Fahrenheit. Right. It might be higher than 14. It might be higher than 14 then. It might be like 17. I thought it was only 14, but it might be a little bit higher.
Yeah, it seems he keeps the plane at 14 degrees Celsius, which is pretty chilly. Remember, room temperature is,
Temperature is 21 Celsius.
Yeah.
I know I've got it lower than that. I know it's in the teens. Might be like 17.
Hey, Sapphire, how are you doing? What's up?
Because I found the temperature to be like very, very comfortable. Is my fireplace gas? I think so. Eggnog is gross. I like it.
You're at a constant 76? Okay. Ooh, eggnog. I forgot about eggnog. I gotta
Nobody likes
have
eggnog anymore.
I
I
do.
like eggnog. It's just, it's expensive.
I gotta have
and
my
I'm
eggnog.
cheap.
Well, Peetz, you're gonna be, laced with some money in literally a week. Yeah, in a week's time, Peetz is gonna be laced up with the monies.
NATO placed a no-fly zone in part of Ukraine. They don't have to tell Russia either. That's where we are. Made bagels today with 2 ingredients: almond flour and Greek whole flat plain yogurt. Came out really delicious. Hey, Ripsa, I don't think she'll be back. I don't think Chantal's going to be back before Christmas.
All right, Mary. So yeah, he has money to go to Cornwall in an Uber.
What's my world record lift time?
Eggnog is really good.
Why is she being whiny? Because she's just a whiny little. She's just a whiny little bitch. When did anyone ever like that creepy yellow peep? I like eggnog. I just find it like it's way more expensive than I'm willing to spend. Is basically what my attitude.
That don't make no sense. So says the guy who will spend money to have his groceries delivered rather than walk in 15 minutes. And so says the guy who used to get food deliveries practically every day. I'm like, how does that make any sense? So now it's expensive when you literally was having your groceries delivered, which I find expensive. And he was literally having food deliveries every day, and then with the tips. But yet he's talking about expense.
Attitude is regarding
Make it make sense.
Regarding eggnog. I like it, but it costs way too much.
That don't make no sense, Peetz.
Listen, 2 weeks. Yep. Cat's answer to names. She might think the insults are her names. She probably does think some of the things I call her are her name. Sometimes women need to nag to get their men to do something.
Exactly, Mary. Like the money that he could save by just getting his own groceries and just by not eating out and having it delivered, or if he's gonna like get takeout, he could literally walk to so many places and get the food and then walk back. Get some exercise, get rid of that gut, save yourself a few dollars.
But there's nothing that I need to do for her. She's had food. She's had treats. I call my cat Baby Girl, and now she thinks that's her name. Yep. It's Casey Part sometimes. Probably.
How much is the
I'd
Uber to
imagine so.
Cornwall? It would be about $80 to $100. He said 80. Well, I think the time before he said 70. I think either 2 nights ago he said 70, and then tonight he's saying 80. But it should be between $70 to $100 each way. So he's gonna spend between $140 to $200 to get to and from Cornwall.
He's a vet visit.
Each way.
I don't think she really does, Rebecca. I think she's still.
I think the cat needs a vet visit. Strongly recommend a vet visit for that cat.
Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with her that a vet could fix. That's my.
What?
I think that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with Casey that can be fixed by a vet. There's a lot wrong with her, but nothing a vet can fix. I think she's exactly, Cam. She is. She's 20 years old. She's 20 years old. And last time she was at the vet, like last time she was taken to the vet was actually like the vet did actually mention her being like in excellent condition for her age. Cats don't need constant attention. I mean, some do, piss and vinegar. This one sometimes seems like she does.
Right, Mary? It's like the vet is where you would take your cat if you don't know what's going on, but he's like, oh yeah, the vet can't do anything. No.
Doing pretty great for you. Yeah.
I do think the cat BBJ still needs her teeth checked. I think that is a priority.
Defying age to spite me. Exactly, Elizabeth. She's going to outlive me just to spite me. That should be independent.
Right, Cyrilli?
Don't take her to the vet. It's very stressful for your old cat's not good for her. Really? We need to know what you think about Cavill being fired by DC's Superman. Henry Cavill seems like a pretty decent guy, so I hope he gets more work.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he just get fired from The Witcher as well?
So Henry Cavill
Like, correct me if
got
I'm
fired?
wrong, but didn't Henry Cavill just get fired from The Witcher?
He got replaced. I'm not sure about the firing.
I would not pierce my nipples. No, I don't want any piercings.
Oh, I never even knew this.
Witcher.
So was Henry Cavill fired because he made I believe he was like the best Superman so far. I really liked him. What the hell? So James Gunn writing new Superman film. Henry Cavill will not return, but eyed to play different DC character. Are you serious? So you're gonna have Superman playing a different DC character? No.
Yeah, because it's like he got kind of fed up with, a lack of input, I guess, for The Witcher. Fire for being too handsome. My understanding, for The Witcher, is that he wanted to have more input. Like, he wanted to show more of Geralt's sort of inner life.
Yeah, and that he had a disability.
Like, he wanted to show more of Geralt being sort of thoughtful and everything.
Please.
Yeah, they did exactly. He wanted to get it, like he wanted to bring more of the books. He wanted to bring more of the book version of Geralt to the show, and they were like, "Nope."
All right, seems Peetz feels he knows everything.
Isn't season 3 coming up? Yeah. They cast someone else for him. So yeah, just kind of a shame that like he apparently does seem to be like a genuinely good dude. So kind of a shame that both of his big roles
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have anymore.
Right, Big O? All right, so we got Jack T's like Monty. We need a thumbnail of Peetz on a bike with streamers, lol. Maybe we'll get that very soon.
So I hope he is able to find more work.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about Henry Cavill.
By his rift is no. Talked about it, Prince Albert. Sounds painful to me. So yeah, I hope that Cavill does find more work and continues to have a solid career, because he seems like a nice guy who deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problems with Henry Cavill.
As for Superman, sure. I mean, this does open the door. This does open the door for Nicolas Cage to take over as Superman. Maybe go to Marvel. I mean, I imagine he will do something at Marvel. Like I imagine he'll get casted for some role in Marvel.
Well, then again, wasn't Nicolas Cage what was it? The guy with the flaming skull and the chains and the penance there? Who was that again? Ghost Rider. Wasn't Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider? Yes, thank you, Lindsay.
I don't know what they would. Yeah, like I'm not sure what kind of role he would take at Marvel. Like what kind of what character? How old is Henry Cavill?
That movie sucked.
Period.
He's 39.
That would be great casting, actually.
Henry Cavill is 39 years old.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, that would be some phenomenal casting. That'd be like the most perfect casting. (1983). So he's close to 40. So, if he's gonna be in Cage would suck as Superman. I know, Zoom, but like he almost was Superman. Nicolas Cage almost did a Superman movie back in the 90s.
Please don't tell me.
Yeah, I miss Chantal. Of course I do.
Please don't even say that again. Nicolas Cage as Superman, really? Yikes. All right, should we end it here? I think we've gone for like 2+ hours. What I'm going to do is I got to go to bed. It's nearly midnight here I am. So I will pick up tomorrow. So smash that like button. And I'll do a part 2 tomorrow. Thank you everybody for joining me. I know this is very out of nowhere, but it's been like 2 hours. So yes, I'll schedule part 2 tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. You know what time it is. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, don't forget that tomorrow is the final day to enter that contest. So if you want to win yourself a prize, then go ahead and enter. Other than that, thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for Thursday. And we'll probably do an evening Monty After Dark, because I know I've been doing them in the mornings and I try and get everybody. So maybe we'll do an evening one tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Catch you tomorrow for part 2 or not. Maybe if you're gonna be too busy, watch the replay. If not, then I just guess I'll see you another time. But thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. And bye bye. Also, positive vibes to Lisa B as usual. Positive vibes to you. Take care.